Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is a good old will I buy it. We're going to be talking about new and upcoming releases and whether or not I plan to pick them up and why or why not? So without further ado, let's get started. So the first product I want to talk about is the Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Strip Palette. Now, Too Faced is a brand that I'm rooting for in 2022. I want them to make me buy something from the brand, okay? It's been a long time since I bought anything from Too Faced. I can't even remember the last time, in fact. But this is not going to be it. It looks nice. I don't know if I do like the front cover. It looks okay. A lot of people in the comment section of this post on Trend Mood were talking about how it looks just too similar to their natural, what was that called? Then what was it called? Was it Born This Way palette? What was that called? You know the one. What was that called? It does look very similar. There are a few differences. I feel like I prefer the other one. What's it called? Let's find the name of it. Let's do our jobs properly today, eh? Come on, Charlotte. Oh my days, it was called the Born This Way palette, you know. Sometimes I do know things. Born This Way, the Natural Nudes. So these do look quite similar. I feel like the Natural Nudes is just prettier and more neutral. This one is a little warmer and there's some of these sort of reddy, pinky shades that I just don't really like. In the way of shimmers, I definitely prefer the other one, which I also didn't pick up. But this one is an easy pass for me. I don't love the packaging. The colour story is just okay, but it's also one we've seen a million times before. It's an easy pass for me. Now, the bronzers that were also talked about on this post were intriguing to me because something Too Faced can 100% do is bronzers. I have multiple, what have I had? The original Chocolate Soleil and then the Chocolate Gold bronzers. I loved both of those bronzers for a very long time. Too Faced can do a decent bronzer and smelling of chocolate doesn't hurt. So it looks to me from this picture that the new one is the natural chocolate, which I'm intrigued by because the Chocolate Soleil bronzers, those are matte, and then the Chocolate Gold is just nowadays, it's a little too shimmery for a bronzer for my preference. So if this is what it sounds like and it's like a natural finish bronzer, this could work for me. It looks like it's probably around the shade that I need. I'm not sure the others. I think these are just re-promotes or their existing shades, right? Milk chocolate and the original chocolate already exist. But the natural chocolate looks like it'd be around my shade. I love that pink packaging. So depending on what this actually is, because at the moment all we seem to have is that picture. And this is coming at the end of March. But yes, if that is what it sounds like and it's a natural finish bronzer, I may pick that up. Next, let's talk about this Revealer Skin Improving Foundation from Kosas. I have never tried anything from this brand. Again, I'm looking for you guys to remind me if I have, but I don't think I have. I can't think of anything. Can I? Can you? Can you? Have I tried anything? I don't think I have. They had a concealer already existing in this lineup that I haven't really heard anybody talking about as their favourite Holy Grail concealer. So I don't know how well the concealer did. I feel like Kosas is a more sort of lesser known brand. It's just starting to find its voice, especially like here on YouTube. I don't see a lot of it, but it's definitely one that's building. So the foundation is available. It looks like 36 shades, and I do notice some olive undertones, which I'm pleased about. There seem to be very few deeper shades. There's a lot of sort of light medium shades, very few deeper shades. There are some olive undertones, which is great. It appears to be a medium coverage foundation, SPF treatment foundation, which makes me side-eye it because we don't use foundation for SPF here. We use an actual SPF, don't we? Don't we? But this gives a natural, dreamy finish that instantly blends like a second skin to blur visibly smooth texture and minimize pores. I nearly said a different word that rhymes with pores then, and I have no idea why. It sounds very hydrating, and the fact that they've put the word dreamy in the finish is almost tricking me into like wanting to buy it, because I'm like, oh, a dreamy finish. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. Is it matte? Is it dewy? No, it's dreamy. It's a dreamy finish. Okay, but okay. Fine, sounds good. I mean, this to me, I'm on the fence. I'll be honest with you. I haven't run out and bought it. I don't think it's available on any UK sites as yet, but I think it's on Beautylish. No, can't see it. Can't see it. So this hopefully will come to Cult Beauty. In the meantime, this is going to be a wait for review for me. I'm going to watch some reviews. I can't run out and buy it. It's not available here, so I'm going to wait and watch reviews, many reviews, and see if the proof is in the pudding and just what this dreamy finish actually means. And I suggest you do the same. Watch lots of reviews. This is one where we don't have a lot of information about it. I can't try it out for you because I can't get hold of it. But I am intrigued enough to watch some reviews and see. I mean, I've got a lot of excellent, amazing foundations that I'm loving at the moment. I definitely don't need another one that's not going to be better than all of those. So if it's kind of average, then I'm just going to skip it altogether. Next, let's talk about these Viseart Petite mattes. So Viseart have released all of their matte eyeshadow palettes in a petite little size. I love this idea. Viseart eyeshadows are amazing quality, and I think excellent colour stories as well. I love the thought process that goes behind this. If there's a warm matte palette, a cool matte, I love that there's a warm matte, a cool matte, a neutral matte, a colourful matte, so we could make a lovely song about mattes. What's happening? And I could quite easily have purchased several of these. I definitely don't have enough Viseart eyeshadows in my collection, and I don't have any of the larger size palettes. If you have the larger ones, obviously don't buy the smaller ones because you already have them, but bigger. That would be a madness. The pick of the bunch for me here is the neutral mattes. That speaks to me, that colour story, but I think I'm probably more likely to go for the larger size of that palette, because I think for mattes, those sort of neutral mattes, I want more. They're like my everyday. They're not necessarily the palettes I would choose to travel with. So for me, I would rather have the larger one of those. I think these colour stories are excellent. And if you wanted to try Viseart shadows, but a much cute little size and a cuter little price point, then what a great idea. But for me, there's nothing here that I need, especially there's nothing here that I'm like, oh, I don't have that colour story and I need to run out and buy it. So this is going to be a pass for me. My necklaces are bothering me that my necklaces are hiding. Next, let's talk about these Patrick Ta blush duos. So these, I didn't realise this. Did you know this? These are actually the duos. 3 of these are the duos from the blush palette, the large palette that Patrick Ta came out with some months ago. And then there's one new shade that wasn't in that palette. I'm going to pass on these. I do love Patrick Ta blushes, but I prefer the single powder blushes to the cream powder duos. I do like those, but I have a neutral one and a peachy one, so I kind of got these covered. I don't need more of these same ones in slightly different colours. Also, I just hope everyone knows that these are repeats out of the palette, because if you already have that palette, you already have 3 of these shades. So just please hold your horses and check, do you have that palette? Because then don't buy these. But if you thought the palette was too much and you didn't need all of that, but there was one specific shade in there that you liked, then excellent. Happy days. But not for me. I don't need these. I have the shades that I like out of this formula and that I need, and this is just kind of nothing new to my collection. He's also releasing a plumping gloss. You guys kind of know how I feel about plumping glosses at this point. I don't really feel like any of these plumping glosses kind of plump enough to make me want to purchase them solely for that reason. I'm not a big gloss girl, really. I like glossy finish lipsticks. I like a shiny lipstick as opposed to a gloss. Typically, yeah, glosses on their own, not really a huge big picker-upper of glosses, to be honest. I mainly skip on them unless there's something groundbreaking about them, or unless it's Lisa Eldridge's, in which case all of the glosses please, because they're just perfect. But yeah, these for me, I don't really believe that these are going to plump my lips to save, you know, having lip filler. But for me, I don't really feel like these work. If I start seeing reviews where suddenly everyone's looking like they've had lip filler for the price of a lip gloss and it's a lasting, beautiful effect that does not burn like fire on the lips, then maybe I'll pick up a few. But for now, nothing really exciting me about those so-called allegedly plumping glosses. Next, let's talk about the Dior Backstage Concealer that is coming soon. I would like to say I'm excited about this. I can't get excited about concealer anymore because I failed to believe that any concealer is ever going to beat my Pat McGrath. It's been like so long. Has it been 2 years? How long has it been since that concealer came out? Nothing has touched it. I'm set now. That is like my concealer. I don't need any others. I'll definitely pick this up for review purposes because you never know. And I try to keep an open mind. I try to. I don't like change. Okay? I don't like change. I don't like new things. So yeah. And I also am very pessimistic when it comes to anything being able to touch my Pat McGrath concealer. So for lots of reasons, if I was just buying for myself, I'd be like, no, you're never going to beat my Pat McGrath, okay? Don't even try. But for review purposes, and because I'm trying to be a better person, a better reviewer, and actually buy products that might be good, and I don't know that they aren't, so you guys can actually find out. So I will pick this up. I promise you, I'll make myself pick it up. We have very little information about this other than that it says it's got 13 shades, which doesn't seem very many because Dior has, you know, decent foundation shade range, but that seems like not enough shades, but we'll see. And it's launching towards the end of April, thanks to lovely Tavia, who hit us up with this exciting news. But if it kind of matches up with the Dior Backstage foundation, I'd be expecting like a medium to like full buildable coverage with a natural finish. That's kind of what I'm expecting. I loved that foundation at the time when it came out, really enjoyed it. So yeah, I will buy it and review it, but I have low expectations and I couldn't even tell you why. But I am going to force myself to buy it and review, and maybe I'll have to eat my words. But there's something about it for some reason that makes me think it's going to be very average. I feel like this video is just turning into an anti-haul, which I'm not mad about. Saves money, you know. Next up, we've got a new mascara coming from Milk Makeup. Has it been released yet, or is it coming soon? It has been released. I don't think it's here yet, but it has been released in the US at least. So this is a 93% natural vegan mascara that lifts, lengthens, and gives weightless volume for next level lashes that stay curled and clump free up to all day. What? Up to all day? Is that a thing? Lash caring ingredients. It's got a curved brush that lifts all lash types. We'll see about that, Milk. This also has a lightweight tube that is easy to grip, which I love. This isn't, looking at like the brush, this isn't my typical, like I don't see this brush and go, yes, that is my kind of brush. Does anyone else do that with mascara, or that's just me? I see like mascara wands and brushes and I just know, 99% of the time, I know that mascara is going to be for me or it's not going to be for me. And this is one that just, I don't see the brush and get lured in. But I do like the look of the packaging. I wasn't a big fan of the original, was it the Kush mascara from Milk? Wasn't a big fan. Lots of people loved that one. I didn't really love it. It was just okay for me. I think it smudged a lot. I think that's what I most disliked about it. But this one, yeah, I will. I love trying new mascaras. If this releases here, I'm definitely going to be giving this one a try. If for nothing else, review purposes. But I'm not. Again, it's just not. I'm not seeing the brush and having like height and having my heart, you know, beat faster and thinking and visualizing my lashes just taking off out the window. That's not quite happening for me. But again, it's that open mind that I'm trying to have in 2022. Maybe this will be the greatest mascara of all time. Why not? Next, we've got another concealer, and this is from Bennis. Is that all of the shades? Benefit they just really don't want to let themselves shine, do they? This is disappointing. So apparently this is the whole shade range, which is, I mean, here's the thing. I actually think Benefit make good base products, foundations, concealers. I've tried a few of their foundations and concealers, and actually they are decent, but they're massively letting themselves down with their shade range. Not only that do they not have enough shades, and do they not have an inclusive enough shade range, but the undertones are also just never right. They're always really tough to find. I feel like everything is very yellow, very orange, or very pink. And looking at the picture of this, it looks like nothing is, like everything in there looks like very, very warm or bright pink to me. There are also a lot of red flags in this description when it comes to a concealer. So it says it's got colour correcting pigments, that's fine, no problem with that. Helps seal in skin hydration with a serum-like formula for a healthy looking under eye glow. Buildable coverage, waterproof. A lot of red flags going on there for me, because what those words are conjuring up in my visualization mode is something that is going to really badly crease, that is not going to have enough coverage, and that's going to be a little cakey and might separate. This is all just conjecture, obviously, but it's the serum-like glowing under eye linked with the waterproof claim. It's just, I'm seeing a horror show, a nightmare. So this is going to be a hard pass for me. Like, if reviews come out and it's like the greatest concealer all time, I'll bite my tongue, other than the bit about the shade range, because that remains true. But yeah, I have like a lot of these words are making alarm bells go off in my head of like a bad time. Next up, we have this new foundation that is upcoming from Givenchy. This is the Prisme Libre Matte. What is it called? Very limited information about this foundation other than the picture, the name of it, and the fact that it's going to be available in 35 shades. We have no other information. My only assumption is that it's going to be very similar to their skin caring foundation, the original foundation, but in a matte finish. So I wasn't a huge fan of that foundation. Pretty average for me. It was okay. Performance wise, finish wise, it was all just okay. A pretty average foundation, not one that I still use or reach for ever. So make it matte and even less so. So this is an easy pass for me personally. If this comes out here nice and early, I'll definitely review it for you guys, because I'm not the only one that matters. Actually, in fact, you guys matter a lot more than me, because I can just buy my own makeup. I'm here to do a job, and I need to remember I'm buying makeup to try for reviews. That's what we're all doing here. And sometimes I forget. Because I'm not into matte foundations, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm not buying it, it's matte. But actually, you guys, some of you like matte foundations, presumably. There's got to be some of you. So yes, I will review this if it comes out here in good time, because I know a lot of you guys actually loved, and actually the original Givenchy was really popular. So maybe I'm the one who's in the wrong here. Matte foundations don't do it for me, don't tickle my pickle. But if they tickle yours, I'm here for you to try them out. But yeah, it doesn't excite me. I look at this and I'm like, okay, fine. But it's not exactly making the heart race. Someone's in the garden. If anyone else has like a Ring Garden app, just finds it really menacing that it comes up with, there is a person in your garden. Like, okay, calm down. It's just my husband. Hello? What do you want?
Well, hi. I'm sorry. I brought you coffee.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes. Thanks so much.
Hi.
Adios. And finally, an item that I actually am going to pick up, and these are the Natasha Denona I Need a Rose lip products. Don't get carried away. I'm only picking up one of these. Now, I love Natasha Denona lip products. I love her matte lipsticks. They're really, really nice. I love the shades. Again, Natasha Denona is like queen of colour stories, and her lipsticks are no exception to that rule. Much like her eyeshadows, the colours of her nude range were just chef's kiss. What was that? You know what I'm saying. But rose is not a lipstick shade that I am a fan of. Like, that is just not for me. I love peaches, I love nudes, I love warm tone nudes, I love oranges, even like reds are creeping into my collection now. Rose, mauve, pink lipsticks, that's like a pass from me. So when I saw, I was really gutted because this is a new formula from Natasha Denona. So previously she's done mattes. These are like creamy, more high shine finish lipsticks, which is like right up my street, but the shades just aren't. However, especially, so when I saw the name was I Need a Rose, I was like, I don't need one. That's the last thing I need, Natasha. Thank you. I neither need nor want one, in fact. But then I saw the images and the actual pictures and swatches and things of these lipsticks. And is it just me? Or does one of these actually look a little peachy? Doesn't it? So Calla, which is also quite interesting because calla lilies are literally like my favourite flower. So Calla to me looks like not rosy enough that I might actually enjoy this. I love that it comes in a little set. You can get a liner, lipstick and gloss in each of the 3 shades that are released. Peony is my nightmare. Daphne also is just not my shade, but Calla actually looks to me maybe a little peachy. No? So it's coming, yeah, that's going to be a yes. I'm going to pick up the set, the liner, lipstick and the gloss. I'm interested to try the formulas of those. New formula, new finish for the brand, and Calla looks like it's passable. Like, I may actually enjoy it. It may actually suit me. Possibly. I noticed on her website, I think it was described as like a beige rose or something. So that gave me hope that I might actually enjoy that one. So hooray, there's something I want to buy. Thank goodness for Natasha Denona, because otherwise this video was just an anti-haul, and I had been planning on doing a will I buy it, but it's not my fault if they're not releasing makeup products that I want, you know. Give me something more exciting and I'll get on board, okay? So please, as always, let me know, what are your thoughts on these new and upcoming releases? Are you excited? Are you pretty underwhelmed as per myself? Are you overwhelmed? That's an option. You can be either under or just whelmed. Which one are you? Please let us know in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.